Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After years of acting like a self-proclaimed king, Sister Wives star Kody Brown has finally come face to face with something he can't charm, manipulate, or control: the cold, hard truth of a financial disaster he created all by himself. The man who once boasted about land ownership, multiple homes, and dozens of big dreams spread across Arizona and Nevada is now reportedly flat broke. And guess who he had the audacity to crawl to for help? That's right, Janelle Brown. The same woman he emotionally neglected, underestimated, and, according to fans, discarded when Robin Brown took center stage in his life. And now, in an ironic twist of fate no one saw coming, Janelle finally got her full-circle moment. According to a jaw-dropping insider report and whispers from Flagstaff locals, Kody and Robin showed up on Janelle's doorstep looking humbled, desperate, and utterly unprepared to face reality. Wearing what one fan described as emotional debt and designer clothes they probably couldn't afford, Robin reportedly stood behind Kody, who asked Janelle if they could stay for a while until things got figured out. But Janelle? She wasn't having it. After years of quietly enduring being sidelined, she looked him square in the eye and, in what Sister Wives fans are calling her power moment of the decade, said, "I don't owe you a roof. You gave me nothing, and I'm not about to lose everything helping you now."
Boom.
That's not all. Sources close to the situation claim Janelle kicked them off her land, referring to her carefully protected slice of peace in North Carolina and her up-and-coming flower farm, Kody Farms. She's reportedly working on the land with her daughter Maddie Brown Brush and her husband Caleb, turning the property into a thriving and wholesome family operation. And Kody? The man who once claimed he was the glue that held everything together was now, according to insiders, left standing in the driveway like a man who had just lost his kingdom. Fans couldn't believe it. Social media blew up. Reddit threads went wild. TikTok creators stitched clips of Kody's past arrogance, with imagined reenactments of him being denied entry. Twitter lit up with memes calling Janelle the queen of boundaries, while Instagram comment sections were full of clapping emojis and fans shouting, "Finally." But how did it come to this? After Kody's fractured family unit unraveled, Christine leaving first, then Janelle, and finally Mary confirming her quiet departure, all eyes turned to Robin, his last remaining wife. She and Kody had reportedly been living beyond their means for years, especially after buying that large house in Flagstaff. With only one wife left to film with and their income from TLC likely shrinking, it's no wonder rumors of Kody being in serious financial trouble began to surface. And while the Brown family had once made headlines for their multi-home real estate dealings and land investments, especially the long-promised yet never-developed Coyote Pass property, none of that seemed to offer the kind of stability they needed when the family fell apart. Fans who have followed the show since the beginning pointed out that Janelle was always the most financially savvy wife. She worked consistently, budgeted, and was practical about money. In fact, she was one of the only ones who seemed to question the family's spending habits and demand more transparency from Kody, something he never truly gave her. So when Kody came knocking, looking for a place to crash, help with bills, or even a short-term stay, it was a full-circle karmic slap in the face. And fans are here for it. Some even joked that Janelle should have handed Kody a bill for the years she financially supported the plural household, noting how she once helped fund Robin's home when she herself lived in an RV. Now, with Robin reportedly in tears and Kody visibly rattled, it's clear that the once smug patriarch is reaping the consequences of his actions. And Janelle? She's thriving. From her glow-up in recent photos to her hands-on work at Kody Farms and her new bond with her adult kids, she's living proof that there's a rich, full life after polygamy, and it doesn't involve bankrolling a man who never truly appreciated her. The moment Janelle shut that door wasn't just the end of Kody's freeloading attempt. It symbolized the closing chapter of his toxic control over the women he once expected blind loyalty from. If TLC cameras were rolling, and fans hoped they were, this might be the most iconic moment in Sister Wives history yet. Stay tuned. Because if Janelle's tough love sparks a new era of independence and accountability, we might just be witnessing the real reboot of the franchise. The truth is being told by Janelle Brown. Speaking openly about her relationship with her ex-boyfriend Kody Brown, the Sister Wives star even questioned whether his behavior was indicative of narcissism. In the third segment of the four-part reveal on June 8th of the TLC series, she told Sukanya Krishnan, "I do believe that there was a cycle of love bombing. Then, it was almost like the end." When Sukanya asked Janelle about the specific instance of love bombing, she said, "For a narcissist, there's a cycle where you love bomb, and then there's sort of a waning, and then you almost kind of destroy or hurt them. Then you come back and fix things with a love bomb." Consequently, a kind of cycle existed. To which Sukanya replied, "You use the word narcissist. Is Kody a narcissist, by the way?" Janelle hesitated before answering, "I am not qualified to diagnose him, but I guess everybody will have to decide." Being neither a psychologist nor a doctor, the 56-year-old continued, "I read pop culture. I'm not sure. However, it would seem that there are many similarities. Narcissistic personality disorder comprises a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, sense of superiority in fantasy or behavior, need for admiration, and lack of empathy. According to the American Psychiatry Association, 1 to 2% of people have this disease." Prior to this, Janelle had a bad opinion of her time with Kody, the husband she had with Mary Brown, Christine Brown, and Robin Brown. Janelle asserted that Kody is to blame for the demise of 3 of those 4 marriages, with Robin being the only surviving wife. During the June 1st TLC series, she explained that, "At least in our faith, when you marry into plural marriage, you are expected to become more than you are." Then she added, "He was supposed to make those relationships, all of them, work. Because nothing's ever fair or equal." Janelle said, "Marriages did not have to be equal, but the patriarch had to address the demands of all the different connections, right? Whatever it seemed to be." Kody began avoiding some of his responsibilities during the pandemic, according to Janelle, who has 6 children with him. "I'm just going to shrug this off," he stated, "I think, especially during COVID. You two don't like each other. I'm exhausted. You're going to shorten my life if I keep doing this." Janelle pondered. He says, "I just don't want to do it anymore," suddenly. She said, "He kind of threw this little temper tantrum." Kody Brown and Robin. Kody Brown said, "She looked like a soccer mom," in reference to his 2009 meeting with Robin, who was then a single mother, on Sister Wives. She had 3 children, a car, and a divorce. "Having a van, 3 kids, and a divorced mother were just issues, I thought. The pair is still together, though, having welcomed a girl, Ariella, and a boy, Solomon, into their family after over 10.5 years. The plan does not include adding more partners. That makes me think, oh, well, and I have a lot of trouble with that." They didn't work. When Mary Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown left the show during the December Sister Wives one-on-one special, Robin said, "So, on to someone new. That is challenging for me. That's quite tough for me. It seems offensive." In January 2024, 1 year after she and Kody announced their separation to the world, Mary revealed on Instagram that she had begun seeing Amos Andrews the previous October. But in February 2024, Mary confirmed on Instagram that they had broken up. "She got the man and the family." Christine declared, "I've finally found the love of my life, David Woolley," on Valentine's Day 2023, marking the official start of their relationship. "My spirit appeared to breathe for the first time when he held me close. He is a kind grandfather who treats my children well. I never imagined finding such a love." 2 months later, he extended the fantasy with a proposal for spring. "David treats me like a queen and tells me I'm beautiful every day," Christine said to People. "I've never been in love like this before, and the world seems like a brighter place with him in it." TLC captured the 2016 outdoor wedding in Montana, where Janelle's eldest daughter married Caleb Brush. Out of the 18 Brown children, she was the first to walk down the aisle. After nearly 10 years, the two have grown closer, and Amelia joined her older siblings Josephine, Axel, and Evie in March 2025. North Carolina resident Maddie wrote on Instagram, "Our sweet girl took her time, keeping us all in suspense, but when she decided it was time, she didn't waste a second. She was born on March 14th, and she was flawless." For years after their engagement was shown on the TLC reality show, Mary's only child moved to Denver with Audrey Chris. Leon raved, "My sweetest symphony," about their 2020 partner. "With you, life is truly so sweet," Audrey said. "Being your partner and watching your growth and coming into yourself over the years has been an honor and joy." The eldest Brown child, Logan, and his longtime girlfriend, Michelle Petty, got back together in Arizona in 2022. "It was a beautiful day, and this mama's heart was mush the whole time," Janelle posted on Instagram in reference to her son's wedding. "When your kids find amazing life partners, you always feel such peace." Michael T. joked that when she and Antonio, Tony, Padron welcomed twins Archer and Ace into the world in November 2022, more than 6 years after their 2016 wedding, they had already put their marriage vows to the test. Avalon's mother, Michael T., wrote on Instagram at the time, "We have 3 kids and 4 moves under our belt." The entire marriage process is still ongoing. Numerous joyful moments, mixed with some challenging ones, #surprise twins following their 2018 wedding. Mitch Thompson and Christine's eldest daughter have traveled from Alaska to Paris. But in December 2022, they set up shop, as Mitch said on Instagram, "We bought our first home." Just prior to Christmas, Aspen announced she was expecting their first child in April 2025. Before their 1-year anniversary, Christine's third eldest daughter Beatrice Queiroz and her partner celebrated their 6 months together with chocolate fondue at the happiest place on earth. The genuinely romantic part then began when Gwendolyn shared a photo of the proposal on Instagram in November 2022, along by a statement that read, "I'm engaged," and featured candles and roses. After years of trying to hold together a broken polygamous family, Sister Wives star Janelle Brown is finally letting it all out, and it's painting Kody Brown in a deeply unflattering light. Fans who have long speculated about Kody's toxic tendencies are now more convinced than ever that Janelle is outright suggesting what many viewers have whispered for years. Kody Brown might just be a full-blown narcissist. In a series of subtly powerful interviews, Instagram captions, and scenes on the show, Janelle has stopped tiptoeing around the dysfunction and has begun calling out her ex-husband's behavior for what it truly is: selfish, emotionally abusive, and self-centered to the extreme. For fans who've watched the family dynamic disintegrate over 18 seasons, it's clear that Janelle's awakening didn't happen overnight. But her recent comments have been laced with a clarity and confidence that can only come from a woman who's finally pulled back the curtain on a man she once trusted. In one jaw-dropping moment, Janelle said she finally realized Kody was the kind of person who demanded loyalty but gave none in return. Viewers of Sister Wives immediately read between the lines, and what they saw was a woman describing narcissistic behavior with painful accuracy. Let's talk about the signs: the gaslighting, the blame-shifting, the emotional neglect, and the obsession with control. For years, Kody operated under the illusion of being a spiritual leader, a father, and a loving husband to 4 women. But fans always noticed the favoritism toward Robin, the emotionally distant behavior toward the older children, and the way he manipulated situations to make himself the victim. And no one received more of that cold, calculating indifference than Janelle. Remember how she was expected to live in an RV while Robin enjoyed a sprawling house? Or the time she was told to be more obedient when she simply asked for accountability? It all lines up with narcissistic abuse patterns. Now, after her split from Kody, Janelle has a new light in her eyes and a new tone in her voice, one that speaks of freedom, healing, and truth-telling. She's no longer afraid to say that she was dismissed, overlooked, and gaslit for years by a man who wanted control, not connection. In fact, in a recent TLC confessional, Janelle revealed that Kody wants everything his way but doesn't give anything back, a statement fans interpreted as her most direct dig yet at his narcissistic tendencies. Social media erupted with support, with fans calling her a survivor of emotional manipulation and praising her for speaking out. Reddit forums quickly filled with discussions analyzing past scenes where Kody exhibited classic narcissistic behaviors, refusing to take accountability, constantly making himself the victim, demeaning his wives in front of the camera, and turning each wife against the other in a twisted loyalty test. Fans remember his cold reaction to Garrison and Gabriel, his meltdown when Christine left, and his refusal to comfort Janelle even after their son's estrangement. These are not the actions of a loving partner. They're the actions of a man obsessed with control and incapable of empathy. And while Christine and Mary both had their painful journeys, it's Janelle's quiet unraveling that fans now see most clearly as a battle against narcissistic abuse. Her decision to leave was not just about independence, it was about survival. Kody's behavior during COVID further exposed his need for dominance over logic and compassion. He weaponized the pandemic to control his wives, imposing strict rules on some while giving Robin a pass. When Janelle questioned his inconsistent treatment, he lashed out instead of listening, a hallmark of narcissistic rage. Her now famous words, "I don't even know who this man is anymore," signaled the beginning of her breakaway. What's even more telling is that Janelle has refused to badmouth Kody directly, but every word she speaks now is laced with subtext. She doesn't have to scream narcissist from the rooftops. The world is doing it for her. And now, she's becoming a quiet hero for women escaping emotionally abusive dynamics. As Janelle embarks on her new journey, launching Tata Farms in North Carolina with her daughter Maddie, showing off radiant post-breakup glow, and embracing her independence, fans are cheering her on for finding peace, purpose, and most importantly, power. In contrast, Kody appears increasingly erratic and isolated, a man who once ruled over a polygamous kingdom and now finds himself alone, untrusted, and publicly exposed. Janelle's subtle shade has opened the floodgates. Fans are rewatching episodes with fresh eyes, identifying patterns of manipulation they once overlooked, and using her story as a catalyst for larger conversations about narcissism, control, and healing. Her quiet strength is louder than any rant, and her truth is resonating far beyond the world of sister wives. Kody Brown may still believe he's the misunderstood patriarch, but the world sees him differently now, and it's all thanks to a woman who finally refused to be silenced. Chapter 2. Through Janelle's Eyes, Unpacking the Narcissistic Blueprint. Janelle's critique didn't come from nowhere. It's rooted in years of emotional turbulence, silent sacrifices, and glaring red flags. To truly understand why she's pointing the finger at Kody now, you have to revisit key moments in their marriage and family life that highlight classic narcissistic patterns. Here are 3 pivotal areas that fans and experts alike have analyzed in recent weeks. 1. The praise and punish paradox. Kody's treatment of Janelle was often inconsistent and manipulative. One minute, he'd shower her with public compliments, calling her the rock of the family, and the next, he'd refuse to support her emotionally or practically. This praise-punishment cycle is a hallmark of narcissistic behavior. It keeps partners off balance, anxious, and yearning for the return of affection. Janelle's gradual awakening, realizing she had to constantly earn that praise, began the moment Rick and Maddie were born. Kody praised Robert and Christine more lavishly once Mary joined. He openly admitted Janelle was too independent and then punished her by denying her the shared income and trust he granted others. This push-pull pattern left Janelle feeling worthless, even though she was the first wife. 2. Gaslighting disguised as spiritual truth. One of the most alarming tactics, and a key sign of narcissism, is manipulating reality to control perception. Janelle has subtly confirmed this was a consistent issue with Kody. Repeatedly, he reframed her valid concerns about finances, time, parenting as spiritual imbalance or a lack of gratitude. When Janelle questioned his favoritism toward Robin or his unwillingness to build homes for each family unit, he accused her of not aligning with his vision for plural marriage. He projected moral failure onto her, even though his decisions were the actual cause of conflict. For fans who've rewatched season 14 and 15, the moments when Kody coldly tells Janelle, "Don't question divine direction," are shaking, classic narcissistic deflection. 3. isolation and control in the name of family bonding. Narcissists often manipulate through isolation, emotionally distancing themselves from their targets' support systems. Kody was accused of isolating each wife at various points, encouraging Janelle to live in an RV while Robin occupied the indoor guest house, then later keeping Mary and Christine at a distance financially and socially. Janelle has repeatedly stated that she felt increasingly alone, even while technically part of the family fold. He would say, "We'll all be a unit together," and then remove autonomy, suggesting she needed his permission to make simple decisions. This control cloaked as leading with love is a textbook narcissist strategy.